Well, it's been 5 years since the Pirates have played for a state championship, and now they're just 4 quarters and a win away from doing it once again. They take on Wimberley here in the semifinals in Georgetown, a tough Texans team who has played in the semifinals for the last 3 years in a row. Some bad luck for Wimberley, though. While they've been in the final for the last 3 years, they haven't made it to state since 2011. Last season, they were led by now senior quarterback Cody Stover, who remembers their loss and who has had to sit on that feeling for the last 365 days. Head coach Don Hyde and his team know it will be a tough task. Here's what he's noticed from Wimberley and what he's seen on tape.
They're a good football team. Coach Warren does a good job. They've been here before. They've been here a number of times. And so, they got a great quarterback who runs the ball and throws the ball well. They got good skilled kids outside to get the ball to. Offensive line does a fabulous job of blocking in the run and pass game. And so defensively, they're an odd and they get after you. And so it's going to take an enormous effort on our part, but we intend to do so.
Now they know that this is going to be a hungry Wimberley team who really wants to finally get to that big stage. But Vega has had something to prove over the last couple of weeks, playing with an extra chip on their back. I asked Coach Hyde if he feels like there was a point this season where his team was overlooked, especially since there was a time this year when their record was 4-3. The answer is simple. Yeah, he did feel that way, but he wouldn't change a thing about it.
I like it that way. I'd prefer it like that. Every day of the week, prefer it like that.
Is that a little chip that you guys maybe carry with you?
Absolutely, no doubt.
Now this game kicks off at 7 o'clock tonight. We'll have the highlights at 10. And it was a tough Thursday night for our teams competing in the semifinals. Ben Peck was out with Bremond. Here's a recap from Thursday night's game.
When I first started doing this job about 10 years ago, I was covering a really good team out in West Texas. They always made it to the state semifinals, came up short a couple times, but I always heard even if they would have won, they would have been in for it because they were going to have to play this team, the Bremond Tigers. Those teams from 2014 to 2016 won 3 straight state championships. Bremond back in the state semifinals for the first time since then. A back and forth battle with Shiner, but ultimately the Comanches edged the Tigers 41-33.
It wasn't a matter of, okay, hey, we can get to the semifinals. It was a matter of, we want to get better each week, and we want to win in the playoffs, and we want to see where this thing heads, and I think we did that this year.
And Bremond, by the way, only 6 seniors on this roster, so should have a lot to work with. The Tigers, probably a team you're going to need to keep your eye on in 2025. Reporting for 6 Sports, I'm Ben Peck.
Thanks so much, Ben. That'll do it for sports. Stick around. We'll be right back.